Hey Anna, just looking at your expression work you put in and submitted. Some stuff's not quite reading right. From watching this, it's pretty hard to tell what is going on. Oh, that's an old thing. Your reference is pretty good, so if we can just figure out how to copy your reference, we should be golden. So I'm gonna download your reference using this fancy thing. Come on, internet. There we go. Save link as desktop. No, that's not it. MP4 720 desktop AnnaExpression desktop open with Keyframe Pro. There's a page online that shows how to do this. It's a free software. This is a frame step tool. This is 30 frames a second. So 176 frames. Your scene's probably 24 frames a second. Oh, it's 30. Okay, cool. So you weren't actually that far off from the total timing for your scene. I'm just going to go to 180 and go from 1 to 180. So there's some stuff that's kind of working okay here. Show, none, show, polygons, show, nerve curves. We don't have a camera. I'm going to drop a camera down. There's a page on how to make a camera is already uploaded. Show cameras. If I'm going too fast, just pause it, watch it slower. Oh, actually, I might want to keep that face page. Whatever. Find it again later. Panels, perspective, camera 1. We could probably match this camera if we wanted. That's kind of close, whatever. And then go none polygons. Oh, I like your poses are cool. Some cool stuff going on there. We should go and nerves curves. It is all the face controls. Yeah. Pull this out. What's happening over here? Okay. Might have a weird camera framing thing going on. Okay. So now that we have like a set camera, I think we can have a better idea of the poses, because I think this pose I didn't understand originally. Polygon. Here we go. Okay. I didn't get this, but like just looking at the pose like that, I get. I just look at that for 1 second. I'm like, I got that. So that's probably this frame here. So we probably might just need to get rid of all this stuff because I changed the timeline. Then we can go like, does that match? I might go more squinty, more angry, but definitely your face on the right is reading better. I would go more squinty. Let's see what else is going on that's different from reference. So we've got like a weird pop thing. So right at the beginning, there's some strange things happening, and then there's this long blink, and then a look over here. And you've got, okay, I get it. Okay. There's a head nod, an eye twitch, and then a long blink at 55-ish. So I think you've got like a pass on all the stuff in. It's just a matter of going in and just adding more detail and making sure it's reading cleaner. And doing things like putting a camera in the scene so you get a consistent angle will help you do that. Getting a nice clean pose that kind of stays consistent, because in here, and then just going like, okay, I'm gonna make frame 1 to frame 53 look good, and figuring out how to do that and match stuff. I probably wouldn't blink all the way down on my blinking. I did a page on blinking. A lot of times you get better results if you kind of blink not all the way down, so you get like the upper and lower eyelid moving. Especially on a nice slow blink, it's really important to get both. Oh, and then they both move down. Both eyelid, upper and lower eyelid working. It really helps a lot. So the timing on the blink. So now I'm just going to go through and check and figure out what's not reading, and just work on it. So you have a lower eyelid up, and then it kind of the eye widens, and then there's a blink there. So what is happening in your reference? So the eye right here, the eye's just twitching, and then the blink doesn't happen until right there, and then you're like, what attitude? I like it. So then you're like, blink, what attitude? So this blink, I think, is a problem. We should just get rid of it. Let's just get rid of it. It's not helping. It's probably in there because you were trying to like figure out how to make the anim look cooler, but it's not working, so get rid of it. That happens a lot in animation. So it looks like you're looking off to definitely to the right. So I'm gonna take this guy. That needs to be more over like that. You are doing some stuff with the eyes. It's just a matter of cleaning it up, probably. The eyelids kind of already work pretty well. Okay, so that should help a smidge. So you just kind of do all these things that hopefully help your animation a little bit. Yeah, so it kind of when it recentered. In your reference, you're just keeping your. There is like a. Let's see, it's frame 5 to. It's like the eye pops to 10, and then the eyebrow pops up. But let's just worry about the eyes for a sec, and then it's solid until 44. So the eye really doesn't move after that initial pop. So it kind of goes, we're not going to want that. It stays, and then it pops even further over. Maybe like that, and then that stays all the way to 44. Sometimes, oh, whoops, deleted all the keyframes. that stuff. And then on the blink it goes back. Is that gonna be okay? Yeah, it'll be okay. And then you just got to go in and just delete those, whatever is happening on the eye in there. Just get rid of it. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes you just got to start over. And then what is happening? Why is it? I don't know what's, there's like an extra eye control maybe. Are there keys on this thing? Windows, animation, graph editor. Yes, there are. I usually don't use these controls. I usually exclusively use these controls. So if I was working on this animation, I would just go in here and go goodbye. That should help those eyes get more solid. And then you got to find whatever key is doing whatever strange, like that. I don't know what that is. I think that's just a mistake. I would just get rid of those keys. Oh, these eyes are moving. That's not really happening in your reference. It's kind of solid. There's just like a twitch in the eyebrow going on, and then over. So yeah, just get rid of all that stuff. So it's just a matter of kind of working on the scene. And it's probably stuff you're trying to figure out as you're working. You just got to go get rid of it. And then you're not holding this pose very long. That's probably just something like an oversight. So we're growing in from 70 to, it's held pretty strong till 88. So this is probably the held pose. Let's keep that longer. Oh, okay. When did we hit the pose? We probably just missed a frame. It does slowly look up, but like, oh, okay, okay. I think we just got to ease into the, we got to kind of slam into the pose quicker. More like that. So it's still kind of easing, it's still kind of moving a little in this area, but at least we hit the pose. And then, oh, and this is the same problem with the upper and lower eyelid. And even in your reference, you can see the lower eyelid stays high on most of the blink. It actually doesn't move until the upper eyelid. Okay. So it stays high, and then right there, it kind of, the upper eyelid kind of pushes it down, which is not really what's happening here. It's moving down together like this. So it ends up feeling kind of strange. And then just kind of move through that end position, which I think it's probably an issue with not picking a, oh, okay, what? So you gotta, I think your animation's gonna make or break itself on this part right here. So you gotta make sure we like squeeze the eyes in, turn the head while squeezed, the eyes twitching, and then look out and like, what? And the head kind of does like a cool settle thing. Yeah, so I think it's missing that extra close, turn, what? And it kind of does like this weird like forward and rotation. That's gonna take some while to get right. If I was working on that, I'd have to play with it. But I think the head angle might be part of the problem, and then the pose. I don't know. I'd have to play with that one for a while to get it right. But I think if you're just using this frame step key, hopefully, that will help you figure out what to do. And then, like, there's no movement in here because we're just hitting the pose. So yeah, hit that pose and hold it, because I think this animation is, it needs that hold on the end. That's really what sells it. I mean, the hair helps. The hair continuing to wiggle after the head stops helps a lot. You're obviously not gonna do that in your anim. And then there's like just like this pause of confusion. You know, this doesn't really read as confusion. You know, necessarily. So yeah, the whole time someone's off to the left of the guy talking, and this person's listening, and he's going, let me think about this. Oh, and I think maybe, oh yeah, that eye position is not this. Did I break something? I forget. I actually don't know. I might have broke something. I think it's more like that. How much better does that work? Let's see. So you just kind of go in like little small fixes. Yeah, I don't think we're holding this head position quite as long either. So you just look at your reference and do a pass on stuff. So yeah, if you have time, just start working on it. See what improvements you can make. Just spend some time on it and compare your reference to your animation and figure out what you need to hold and what you need to not hold, and how you can improve your scene. But yeah, I covered a lot of cool ideas that should help your scene, clean up stuff, other things, other polish things. So if you get time to work on this, you can send this back over. I'll give you another critique. All right, see you later.